Since Chrome OS is a Google product, it is no surprise that support for Google Drive is built into it. As a Chrome OS user, you have a Google account which entitles you to 15 gigabytes of free Google Drive cloud storage. You can, of course, purchase more. The advantage of using Google Drive on a Chromebook or a Chromebox is that the files are in the cloud and do not take up space on your Chromebook. When I first set up my Chromebook, I had to enable Google Drive before I could use it. Here is what I had to do. I had to open the Chrome browser and type the following two commands into the address bar. After that, Google Drive appeared in Chrome OS's file manager called Files. I bought this Chromebook in the fall of 2021 when Chrome OS version 92 was the current version. In the meantime, we are up to version 100, and I don't think that entering those commands is still required, because after factory resetting my Chromebook numerous times, Google Drive is always there after I log in. Either way, in order to use Google Drive in Linux and rootsTrust, you must right-click Google Drive in the Files file manager and select Share with Linux. Okay? If I switch to the Linux virtual desktop where Nemo is running and waiting for me, and click File System, I can drill down to the Google Drive folder. And that's under Mount, MNT. This is, by the way, this is the root directory, the Linux root directory. So Mount, Chrome OS, and Google Drive. There it is. So now I'll start rootsTrust from the desktop. And I'll click the Preferences, the gears icon to open the Preferences form, and click the Cloud Services left panel button. And you can see that the Google Drive has been auto-detected and listed as one of rootsTrust, as the only rootsTrust cloud service available. Now I'm going to do something outlandish, something that probably cannot be done with any other genealogy program. I'm going to move the Abraham Lincoln file cabinets to the Google Drive while rootsTrust is running. Okay, let me close this guy and I should have shown you that the file cabinets indeed are located in the Linux file system under rootsTrust.data. So I'm going to move them now. So I switch back to the Chrome OS desktop and display the contents of my Google Drive. So my drive is where, and you can see that there is no file cabinet folder in there. Then I open up a second instance of files. And I display the contents of the Linux file system, rootsTrust.data, and here we see the Lincoln file cabinets in the work area. So now I move the folder to my Google Drive by right-clicking on the folder name and selecting Cut from the pop-up menu. Then I move to the other instance of files and paste the folder into My Files. Into My Drive under Google Drive. So I need to wait a few seconds before continuing to allow the, okay, it's complete. So next I switch back to the Linux desktop and advance the person view. Oops. The Cameo photo cannot be found. We go back to Abraham and we can see his Cameo photo is missing. Well, of course they're not visible because I just moved the file cabinets out of reach. So now I open the Preferences form once again, and I click the File Cabinets left panel button. And select the photo file cabinet and click the Edit button. As you can see, rootsTrust still thinks that the file cabinets are located in its work area, which here's the path that it thinks the file cabinets are located at. So I'm going to change that by clicking the Select button, and then Computer, Mount, Chrome OS, Google Drive, My Drive, File Cabinets Lincoln, and Photos. I click Select Photo. Okay, and there you can see the path of the file cabinet relative to the Google Drive, My Drive, File Cabinets Lincoln, Photos. And now we see the absolute path of the file cabinet. So I'll close that guy, advance the view. Well, we passed that. I have no photo. Now we see that the Cameo photos have been restored because we have told rootsTrust where the file cabinet, the photo file cabinet, now resides. I could do the same thing for the documents file cabinet to restore its linkages, but I won't do that. So here's the bottom line. While you can move your file cabinets to the Google Drive, your database folder must reside in the Linux file system because SQLite, rootsTrust's database engine, cannot connect to a file located in a shared folder. The Google Drive folder is shared between Chrome OS and Linux. This restriction only applies to rootsTrust when running on Crostini Linux. In the next video, I will discuss using external storage with Linux and rootsTrust.